Tony D and Little Joan with a screenwriter's rant on the Phantom of the Open, based on a true story about a man back in the 70s who he was an older guy. He wanted to live his dream, and so he decided to enter the British Open, and he shot the worst game in history. But he became a folk hero because of it. Smash like and subscribe. Thank you for smash liking and subscribing. Check out my books. Links in the description. Comedy horror in South Jersey. It's the Pineys, books 1 through 11. Available at Amazon.com. Don't forget, Kindle Unlimited is free. So, the premise of the movie is following your dreams. And this guy decided he'd follow his dream after raising a bunch of kids. And, you know, he was an older guy. He said, I'm going to enter in the British Open. And he qualified and got in. These are his sons. And, but he shot a terrible game. He got nervous in the first round. The worst in history, apparently. But everybody liked him because he didn't give up. That's a nice, positive movie. I kind of like that. And it's got a fun kind of... see? He hits the ball and then it ends up in the TV. It's got the whole movie's got kind of a fun feel to it. Screenplay by Simon Farnaby and directed by Craig Roberts. Looks good. Mark Rylance, Sally Hawkins sounds familiar, and Rise Ifans. So yeah, I would totally see this. First act, he's kind of bored with his life. They go over a little bit about it and how he met his wife and how they had kids and how they had a great time raising their kids. And then, you know, he continued working, but he had these dreams, and then they get a little surreal with some of the dreams. He's watching TV one day. He says, "Oh, I'm gonna do the British Open," and they all kind of laugh at him. So, second act, he plays and somehow qualifies, and he just has a terrible, terrible game. And everybody tells him, "See, his son's embarrassed. See, you should have never done it. Why'd you do it?" He's like, "I just got nervous." But his wife says, "I don't regret anything you've done. Go back there in disguise." And he does to play another round, and I guess he plays better. And I don't think he wins, but it's about perseverance. It's about living your dreams. And I think it's got a positive message. I would totally see this. So, yeah, let's read the write-up. Phantom of the Open follows Maurice Philcroft, a dreamer of unrelenting optimist who managed to gain entry in the British Open Golf Championship, qualifying in 1976 and subsequently shot the worst round in Open history, becoming a folk hero in the process. The unbelievable true story of a man who took a swing at the world of golf and made it to the British Open. This actually came out in 2022, but I think it's finally now available here. I mean, looks like a fun movie. You know? The Brits, when they do a movie, it's a little different. It reminds me of the way they made movies in America back in the 70s era, because Hollywood is just too big for its britches, really. Too important. Everything's too important. Oh, this is an important movie. Barbie is such an important movie, everybody. This, they made a nice story. You know, it is what it is. It's not trying to be something it's not. And, you know, you don't have endless streams of interviews and touting the movie because there's so much money in it. It's a small movie, I assume. And it harkens back to a simpler time, but, you know, which appeals to some audience. But just the fact that it's a nice, positive movie, I think people can get behind it, even though you may be too young to appreciate the age. But, you know, I'm not from the UK, so it's an alien world to me in the 70s. So, yeah, why not? Why not go see a nice, positive movie where at the end you feel good about yourself, as opposed to one of these dark, dreary lectures Hollywood keeps cranking out, I say. Anyhow, that's it for me, Tony D, and Little Joan. Check us out at Odysee, Bitchute, and Rumble for our more bass takes. I will be in Whitesbog Village tomorrow from about 10 to 3 for the big Blueberry Festival there. The rain date is Sunday, but the weather's looking good. Shouldn't be an issue. I may be inside one of the buildings or outside in the market. I'm not really sure. It kind of depends on when I get there in the morning, because it's kind of a first come first serve basis. But I don't know. If the weather's nice, I'll be outside. Don't forget the live stream coming up this Sunday, where we do it live. And speaking of Barbie, we'll be talking about Barbie and speculating about the massive drop-off come week 2. That's it for me, Tony D. We'll see you in the next one.